So, Halley, I think this is exactly the right message, and I'm going to read it here. You said, conversation is the workhorse of the organization. Elaborate on that.
Yeah. Conversations are the way we get things done, right? They're the through line through how we build teams and how we move those teams along. Put simply, what gets talked about in an organization, how it gets talked about, and who is invited to the table does determine what is going to happen or what is not going to happen. So mastering conversations and really understanding the impact that they have in our organizations is incredibly important.
And take that word conversation. You broke it out, the word con with.
Yeah.
You made a point that a lot of us aren't having conversations, we're having
versations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we fool ourselves into thinking, well, if my jaw is moving and I'm looking at you, then I'm having a conversation. But if there's no real connection there, then it's not an exchange. And a lot of leaders, I think they forget the cone part, right, the width, and they go into versation thinking, well, my job is to be the most charismatic and to have all the answers and let me, enlighten you with my brilliance. And that's unfortunate. That certainly doesn't, create engaged teams.
which I think gets to this formula that really was an aha. Jim Collins talked about culture, but you kind of backed into it. How does conversation equal culture?
The conversation is the relationship. Conversations aren't about relationships. They can be, that's a component.
Yeah.
But what relationships are made up of are conversations. So if you and I want a relationship that's collaborative, we need to be having conversations that are inspiring in both ways. If we want to have an honest relationship, we need to be able to tell one another the truth and be a place where truth telling can occur. When you look at conversations being the relationships, what is culture? Culture for me is the culmination of your relationships. So if you want to shift the culture, if you want to shift anything for that matter, including marriage, you need to back it out. Well, what are the elements, attributes I want in the culture? Do I have those relationships? Probably not. That's usually where the problem occurs. So what can I put into the conversation to create those relationships and then create a culture that I inspire?
Now, the word that you've built this all around is the word fierce.
Yeah.
That could mean, okay, so let's yell at each other.
Yeah.
What's this idea of fierce mean in this essence?
Yeah, I think more and more with pop culture, fierce is starting to turn around and become more like what we intend it to be, which is when you think of fiercely loyal or fiercely committed, it's coming from a place of true passion, integrity, tenacity, robustness, connection. Not fierce as in, claws come down, right? Shredding people. That's not what we need at all.
Halley, thanks.
Thank you.